Ain't putting on, man. That's all we know, man. Putting on like the lawn, man.
Freedom
Big
murder,
man. Know what's going on.
Their way.
Devils who got them served. They weren't doing it for a little saint, man.
Well, this was like some surprising news. At least it was for me. I didn't really expect it, but you know, they're saying Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane over Gucci Mane not wanting to help out when Scar died. And they're saying that now he's signed to Yo Gotti.
They said he was locked up. I just saw he out.
Oh, he's out, or he was in
He was on live.
a halfway house for a while.
He was in the halfway house, but he wasn't posting on the internet while all that was going on. I heard that too. They went in the studio, met him, tried to press him, like all his big homies, you know, I think they said his pops, all type of motherfuckers. And then they said Gucci punched one of them and they shit, you feel me? So, ain't no telling. I don't believe Gucci just sit there and just let a nigga do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Over the scar, I mean, I understand everything, but they say Gucci's supposed to punch one of them and they shit. And his ring fell off and his watch like broke, and he picked it up. So I don't think it was like a robbery, like, nigga, give me that shit, you know what I'm saying? It was a scuffle, it was going down, and then he lost his pieces.
What? He's
Bitch, Snitchatron.
You got
What y'all expected out of Pooh Shiesty since he just got out?
So what we expecting out of Pooh Shiesty since he just got out?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah,
Music for sure.
Nothing left to get it back in blood.
Get back in that music for sure.
That's all he gonna be focused on watching. That's all you gonna see.
Don't do no club.
He ain't about to do. He's just about to drop hella shit.
No bullshit right now.
He's just about to drop shit.
Pooh Shiesty and Chopper Gang ran down on Gucci Mane, relieved him of some of his possessions, and basically forced him to sign a contract releasing Pooh Shiesty from 1017. I had people hitting me up saying some of Gotti's people are the one who did this. When you listen to the FDO song, he's shouting out Yo Gotti. If you're signed to Gucci Mane, you are not showing Yo Gotti love.
That means it was a sneak attack. Let's just say maybe Gucci made arrangements to come to Dallas. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Pooh's in Dallas, I'm gonna book some studio time.
Yeah.
We gonna get it in. Hey, Pooh them at the door, let them in. They come in, right? It had to be some shit like that. Gucci wouldn't have been anticipating the problem. It wouldn't have been that easy.
I feel like the signing artist part of Gucci's life is over.
But bro, what's really gonna be over is Pooh Shiesty's career.
Yeah.
He's gonna put his on the shelf. Y'all going on the shelf, boy.
What started as a celebration was never supposed to end like this. One moment, everyone thought the situation was cool. The next, the streets were saying there's no fixing it, no sit down, no peace talk, no reunion tour, because once respect gets taken this far, there's no walking it back. And now, people close to the situation are saying Pooh Shiesty might be in real danger after a line was crossed that Gucci Mane can't ignore. This wasn't just business going left. This got personal in a way hip-hop rarely sees anymore. To understand how everything spiraled out of control, you have to start where Pooh Shiesty came from. Pooh Shiesty is a product of South Memphis, a place where the rules are simple but unforgiving. You either stand on your word or you don't stand at all. Growing up in that environment teaches you early that loyalty isn't optional, and disrespect doesn't come with warnings. It comes with consequences. Born Lontrell Williams Jr., Shiesty didn't grow up dreaming about rap fame. Survival came first. Music was just another way to tell the story of what he was already living. Memphis wasn't like other rap cities. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't playful. It was raw, tense, and serious. Every move mattered, and every relationship came with expectations. Shiesty absorbed all of that energy and carried it with him into the booth. That's why his music hit different. It wasn't performative, it felt lived in. And standing right beside him through those early years was his cousin Big Scar. They weren't just collaborators, that was blood. In Memphis, that bond means more than contracts or money ever could. While Shiesty was learning the streets, Gucci Mane was building an empire. By the time Pooh Shiesty was bubbling, Gucci Mane was already a legend, Atlanta royalty, a blueprint. Through 1017, Gucci had a reputation for spotting raw talent early and turning street rappers into stars. But that reputation came with another side. Gucci wasn't known for being sentimental. If you crossed him, you were done. No explanations. No second chances. For years, that image kept people in line. But Gucci wasn't the same man he used to be. He had survived prison, rebuilt his life, and shifted into a more polished, business-minded version of himself. To some, that was growth. To others, it looked like he'd lost his edge. Still, his name carried weight, and getting signed to 1017 meant you'd made it out the trenches. That's what made the next chapter hurt so much more. When Big Scar passed, it sent shockwaves through Memphis. This wasn't just an artist loss, this was family. And in Memphis culture, when someone passes, especially someone young and respected, you show up, you support, you stand with the family, no questions asked. That's the code. But according to Big Scar's people, that's not what happened. Family members went public, claiming that when they reached out to Gucci Mane for help with funeral arrangements, the response didn't match the moment. They said Gucci sent money for flowers, but declined to cover the funeral, allegedly citing personal commitments. Whether every detail was true or not didn't even matter at that point. What mattered was how it looked, and to the family, it looked like disrespect. Social media did what it always does. The situation exploded. Emotions were high, people were grieving, and accusations started flying. Calls allegedly went unanswered, messages allegedly ignored. And in Memphis, silence speaks louder than words. To Pooh Shiesty, this wasn't a label issue. This was family business. And family business sticks with you. That moment quietly changed everything. Even though Gucci Mane later showed public love when Pooh Shiesty returned from his legal situation, the energy wasn't the same anymore. On the surface, it looked like unity. Fans thought new music was coming. But behind the scenes, Shiesty had been thinking. Sitting down gives you time to replay everything in your head, every slight, every moment that didn't feel right. And when he came home, he wasn't the same artist mentally. He came back knowing his worth. By that point, Pooh Shiesty wasn't struggling. He had money, he had hits, he had a fan base that followed him without question. The streets respected him, and the industry knew his name. So the question became simple. What did he really need 1017 for anymore? That thought alone changes how you move. Instead of rushing back into deals, Shiesty started moving slower, smarter. He began questioning splits, questioning loyalty, questioning whether staying tied to a situation that already felt sour was even worth it. And people around him noticed the shift immediately. The streets were already saying he'd outgrown the label. Other camps started showing interest. Memphis-based connections made more sense culturally. The power dynamic was changing, and Gucci could feel it. That tension finally came to a head during a studio meeting that was supposed to be about business. What started as a conversation about the future reportedly turned emotional fast. Gucci allegedly leaned on loyalty, reminding Shiesty, who helped launch his career, from Gucci's perspective, that mattered. From Shiesty's perspective, respect mattered more. And that's when the Big Scar situation came back up. Words were exchanged, emotions flared, old wounds reopened. That's when things went left. According to multiple reports and industry whispers, the situation escalated beyond words. The room shifted, lines were crossed, and before anyone could calm it down, Gucci Mane was allegedly robbed in his own studio. Not just jewelry, but his wedding ring. And that detail is what made this situation explode the way it did. Taking a watch is one thing. Taking a wedding ring is something else entirely. That's not about money, that's about violation, that's about sending a message. It says you're not untouchable, it says your status doesn't protect you here. And when that happens in front of witnesses, the damage multiplies. The story spread immediately. Hip-hop doesn't keep secrets, and the streets definitely don't. Overnight, the narrative shifted. People weren't just talking about beef. They were questioning legacy. They were asking whether Gucci Mane still carried the same fear factor he once did, because the old Gucci would have reacted instantly. No debate, no delay, but this time, there was silence. And silence made people uncomfortable. Some said Gucci was moving smarter now. Others said he was moving softer. Rumors started circulating that he'd already put the word out behind the scenes, that he wasn't going to react emotionally, but strategically. People close to his camp claimed he was more upset about the disrespect than the items themselves, especially the ring. Bringing family into street business is a line that rarely gets forgiven. At the same time, Pooh Shiesty wasn't exactly apologizing either. From his perspective, the disrespect started long before the studio. In his mind, this was payback, a response in the only language that had ever worked in the streets. And that's what made this situation so dangerous. Both sides felt justified, both sides felt wronged. And when that happens, logic stops mattering. Fans were split right down the middle. Some supported Shiesty, saying family comes first no matter what. Others said he made a massive mistake by violating someone with Gucci Mane's history and reach. The debate wasn't just about right or wrong, it was about consequences. Because in hip-hop, perception becomes reality. And if Gucci let this slide, it would signal that anyone could touch him. That's not a reputation you survive. What makes this fallout even more tragic is that it probably didn't have to happen. If communication had been handled differently early on, if emotions hadn't been ignored, this might have stayed a private disagreement. But once it went public, once respect was challenged in front of the world, there was no easy exit. Now, industry insiders say reconciliation isn't even on the table. Too much damage has been done, too many lines crossed, too many egos involved. This isn't a simple label dispute anymore. This is personal history colliding with street code. And when those two worlds collide, somebody always loses. The streets are watching closely to see what happens next. Will Gucci Mane respond the old way or the new way? Will business channels replace street justice? Or will this situation quietly resolve without anyone ever knowing what really went down? No one knows for sure, but one thing is clear. This moment has already changed how both men are viewed. For Pooh Shiesty, it's a reminder that standing on principle can come with a heavy price. For Gucci Mane, it's a test of whether evolution means sacrificing fear or redefining power. And for hip-hop as a whole, it's proof that no matter how much the industry changes, respect is still the most dangerous currency there is. Because when respect is taken, careers don't matter, money doesn't matter, even legacy doesn't matter. All that's left is the question everyone's asking right now. What happens next?